Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. And in today's lesson, we'll be focusing on creating a scene, putting a few lighting, and environmental reflection. So let's go over to our sandbox and let's get started. So this is where we left off the last time. So in creating our first scene, we don't need the main character, so we're just gonna remove him. Okay, so we still need a plane for reference. And we're gonna go to our sci-fi top-down space station, and then these are the prefab that we'll be using. So let's start with our wall A. So we're gonna drag that to the scene, and one of the reasons why we keep the platform, the plane, we want it to snap to the plane. So once we do that, we can select the plane, add the plane, and we want this section of the room, it's the bottom middle, to be at 0, and that's where we're going to start. Alright, and let's add a corner. Snap there. That's 10. And we can see by placing the first prefab at 0, 0, 0, placing anything else will be quite easy because the position use all numbers, whether it's positive or negative, and the Y position will always be 0. Alright, so let's duplicate. Alright, so after that, looking good. So I'm going to duplicate that one. So we have our room going quite well. And just need to add a section for the door. So let's go to Alright, so we're just gonna add our door A, and we're gonna flip this around, so 180. so 0, 20, and we just need 2 floor panel. So we're going to use the single, bring it in, get it snapped in. There we go. And 10. And we're just going to duplicate this panel right here. Bring it over. Right, perfect. So what we're going to do, we're going to add a small corridor right here. So bring this down. And we're going to add our sliding door. So we're going to go to the door folder, and we're going to add the automatic sliding door with the panel. Here, so let's do our own 20, and let's see how that looks. All right, so we want to pull our door over a little, so it lines up. And there we have our door. So we're gonna add some lighting to the scene. So we're gonna go over to our lighting folder, and we're gonna grab our light. In the folder that you probably have downloaded, it will just be a light with a number in. The only difference between these two is the point light. So the one that would have been in the folder of this enabled, you can uncheck and remove this. Well, this light would flicker, and this is just a normal light, so we're going to use normal lighting. I want to put it right on the wall. Okay, let's minimize all those. We're going to duplicate this lighting. And we want it on this wall over here. I'm going to duplicate this light. And we're going to slide across. That panel. Then I'm going to duplicate this light. And bring it across. I can see our environment is coming together. Change this position to 1090. Okay, so we're gonna add our reflection. So from the lighting folder, you can drop the reflection over, place in the scene. It's already at position 0, and you can see our scene is coming along. So what we can do next, we can go to our player folder and drag this onto the scene. So with this prefab, you won't see actual player until you start the scene, because this prefab is configured to allow the game to use 4 players. So we're just going to put them in a spot. 1 second player, player 3, and player 4. And in the multiplayer setting, we can see these are different game mode that we can add to the game. So right now, let's go to single player, and we only want to spawn 1 player. All right, so we will make sure our scene has been baked. Perfect. Let's go back to our inspector and let's start up this scene and see how it looks. Okay. So we have our lighting and everything. Over our panel. That works. You can lock the door. Okay. And this player one win text, will basically remove that as we proceed. So we can stop the scene right here and let's make a few adjustments. All right, so we're gonna go on our door prefab and we're gonna readjust our panel here. All right, so let's put that into the wall so that it looks good. And let's grab this one. And we're just going to put it right here into this panel so that you can actually see it when you go out. And let's play our scene and see if that makes a difference. Okay, perfect. All right. So if you notice the panel outside, the light doesn't change. So we're going to fix that quickly. So let's see what's the difference between both of these. So we're gonna I'm going to expand it. Right on the screen. Okay. All right. So that's a door trigger. Left door, right door. Okay. I'm going to change this to a 2. All right. So let's green light here. Let's drag this one onto here. Perfect. So if we start our scene, hopefully the boat should be red. And we can make the same change to the display panel so that it also turns red. So expand that. All right, let's see if that makes a difference. It should. Okay. And there we have it. So that should be our lesson for today. So we've managed to create our scene, add in a few lights and reflection, and add our main character start point. And just for bonus, for the multiplayer section, in configuring it. So if I put it on co-op, let's say add 2 players, and it's already set to split screen. You can have split screen or 2 characters on single screen. Most person prefer split screen. And there. If you choose not to split the screen, you can have both player on the same screen. Right? So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for the next video.